All right. Hi, guys. Yeah, I can see that more people are joining us now. Thank you for all your patience and for being here with us today. Our sharing session will start shortly. Please like and share this sharing session to your family, your friends, your relative, your boyfriend, girlfriends, or whatever friends, okay? Don't click the exit button. So now, without further ado, let's start our sharing session now. Are you guys ready? Yeah, if you are ready, can you please type +1 in the chat box now so that I can know that you are here with us? All right, I can see there's some responses in the chat box. Thank you so much for the response. Okay, so now over to you, Xinghui.
All right, thanks, Kari. So a very good afternoon to our lecturer, Miss Lim, honorable guest speaker, Miss Felicity, and our fellow audiences. Thank you so much for being here with us today. This sharing session of an emerging trend, seller's perspective in e-commerce and social media management. And to those that are watching through our PR and Facebook media live, welcome. So today's sharing session is organized by the Bachelor of Public Relations Year 2 Group RPR 2105B students of Tunku Abdul Rahman University College. My partner Kari.
Hello, everyone.
And I, Sinhui, will be your MC for today.
Yeah, so before we start, a gentle reminder that the durations of this sharing session will be 1 hour and it's being recorded. And for information, the recordings of this sharing session will be uploaded to our Facebook page at PR and New Media. So if you are missing out on something, you are welcome to refer it back afterward and welcome to share it to your friends and family. And also, we hope that our fellow audiences could turn on your cameras to show your face so that we can feel that you are here with us. And please do make sure that your microphone is always on mute for the smooth runnings of today's session. And throughout the sharing sessions, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box. We will surely raise up the questions at the end of the Q&A session.
Yeah, so make sure that you are all ears, yeah? So before we start, Kari, I have a question for you.
Yes, what is it?
Do you know that in Malaysia, there's an online business that sells fish? I'm not talking about those frozen kind of fish. I'm talking about fresh, raw fish.
Really? But I've never heard of any online sellers sell fresh and raw fish in Malaysia. Wow.
I know, right? I was surprised when I first heard of it too. But the best part is, every single fish that they have their own passport, you know.
What fish has their own passport? Are you kidding me?
Yes, you heard me right. So, our guest speaker for today's sharing session, she will reveal the answer to everyone. So, today's sharing session will be presented by Miss Felicity, co-founder and CEO of Art of Salmon. So, Miss Phyllis, along with her business partner, Miss Dan, they've established Art of Salmo in the year 2019. And for your information, Art of Salmo is Malaysia's first online store that specializes in fjord truck delivery. Not to mention that Miss Phyllis's expertise in the public relations and social media marketing has contributed her brand to garner over 25,000 followers on Instagram in less than 2 years. Wow, how amazing is that, Kari?
Oh my god, it's truly amazing. So, without further ado, let's give a virtual applause to invite our guest speaker, Miss Phyllis. Hi, Miss Phyllis. Thank
Hi,
you
Miss
so
Phyllis.
much. Thank you so much for being here with us today. So now, Miss Phyllis will be sharing her professional expertise in managing the e-commerce and social media platform. So before we start, be sure to follow their Shopee, Instagram, and Facebook business page at Art of Salmo. All right, so over to you, Miss Lim. Miss Phyllis, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Okay, let me share my screen first.
All right, sure, no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you guys see?
Yes, can.
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me today. Okay, I will be sharing some experience for me as a seller to manage my social media and also e-commerce store. Okay, let me introduce about ourselves first. Arosamo is the first online store in Malaysia that specializing in selling field truck. We were established since June 2019, so it's around 2 years now. Why we start out this business is because myself is a trout lover, and we found that there is a market gap between a good quality trout and also the pricing. Thus, me and my business partner then decided to go into this market. To build our website is very easy. You just need to purchase a domain and use the website providers such as Wix, Shopify. You can build out a very beautiful professional website within a few days. However, there are 252,000 new websites are created globally every day. And there is a total number of 1.1 million small and medium companies registered in Malaysia in 2020.
Wow, that's a lot of numbers of websites created daily. Not to mention that with the ongoing pandemic, I'm sure that more businesses, they will put their business online, such as in e-commerce and also social media platforms. So may I know how do you make Art of Salmo stand out among businesses that are approaching similar industries in the online market?
Yeah, yes, there are some tips for that. Okay, for website is very cold and is intangible. What customer can see is only the picture you put on the website and also the description. So unlike those physical store where they can go inside your store and feel, touch the item before they purchase from you, a branding for e-commerce store is like a DNA for your company. It's telling people who you are and how are you differentiate from all your competitors. A strong brand color will add points to your branding. When customers go to your website, right, they will feel confident to do business with you. They wouldn't feel a fear to put on their credit card information and get stolen. If you don't have a very strong branding, you will end up in the price war where everybody is competing the price. This is not healthy for small businesses because especially when you are competing with those big companies, you end up dying in the market. Besides that, you also need to do a market research on your customer. You need to know who is your niche market. You can set an avatar for your company. The avatar that I mentioned is not the blue character or the movie. The avatar is the exact person that you want to sell this item to. You need to be very specifically to set their age, their gender, their preference, their hobby. When you get all this kind of information, you know how to talk to your customer. You know how to, what kind of content you need to put on your social media or also your website. Besides that, you also need to understand your competitor very well, better than themselves, because from there you can identify what is the market gap and what is the unsolved problem in the market to avoid you to dive in the saturated market. For Art of Salmo, we use around 6 months to study about our product and understand about the market and study the market. And we found out that there's a lot of sellers that are selling trout, but they use different terms, such as they will use salmon or salmon trout. There's no salmon trout in the market. Salmon and trout are different species. So we insist to use field trout and introduce this to our customer. We also found out that they do not provide seasoning. So when customers want to cook the fishes, they have to scratch their head out to look for recipe, and end up everybody is using salt and pepper because this is the easiest way. So we provide seasoning for them. Especially we are in Malaysia, the food of heaven. There's a lot of cuisine can cook with trout, such as fish curry. It goes very well with trout. Besides that, we also create some special items such as this mole cake, which is made by our sashimi. And we have a new item, let's dip it. The sashimi that is not only goes well with wasabi and shoyu, but it goes well with other sauces as well. If you guys haven't tried this, you can purchase from our website. Other than that, you need to understand your product very well. So when customer asks you any question, you are able to answer you are able to answer them professionally. From there, you can build trust with your customer. And one more thing, which is very important, when you do a photo shooting, it's suggested that you use a real product to do the shooting. Because when people go to your website, they expect they will get the same thing that you post on your website. Imagine if we use a very juicy, fat sashimi to do the photo shooting, but when you receive the item, it's very dry, smelly, and less fat. Will you come back to purchase from us again and again? No, right? Okay. Other than that, when you create your website, you can use a KISS rule, which is keep it simple. You need to think like a visitor. If you create a website very complicated and you use a very, very bombastic word, it looks very nice, but it confuses your customer. They need to check dictionary before they purchase from you. This will lose their interest and end up you will lose the customer.
Wow, KISS rule, that's a new term to me, but it's really interesting though. We'll surely remember it.
Thank you. Okay, now you have a very good branding and a very pretty website. You need to go to the market, tell people that you are existing. We are very lucky that we are in this era where everybody is using smartphones, social media. We can use their database to leverage to the market. So now you need to create your social media page. To make people follow you on social media page, the content is very important because this is the reason for them to follow you. There are so many people there are so many competitors out there, they are also using a social media, but why they want to follow you? You need to send out a very clear message to your customer. Okay, this is some of the mistakes that we made before. Okay, you can see the picture on the left-hand side. We do not have a very strong branding. We just use a logo to place on all our pictures. And when customers go to our social media, they feel confusing. What service are you providing? Are you selling cooked food, sushi, or you're selling seasoning? So we were very struggle for the first 2 months when we first started. We literally get 0 sales. So we look into this problem and do some amendment on our posting. And this is the picture on the right hand side is the posting that we're doing now. So we use our brand color to attract our customer attention. Okay, you also can put on some educational content, such as we will teach people how to differentiate field trout and salmon. And not sure if you guys know about this or not. I think just now Kai mentioned about this. Our salmon, our trout come with passport. So from the passport, we can check how are they being processed, the quality, grade, and also there's a serial number. If anything happened to the trout, we can track back which farm are they come from, and we can diagnose the problem. We also place some recipe for our customer to follow, to interact with them. Okay, for a social media page, a high quality picture is very important because image capture people attention. If you are using the picture on the left hand side and the seller are telling you that this can be eaten raw, will you feel confident to purchase from them or the picture on the right hand side?
No, not really. The picture on the right side looks more tempting.
Thank you so much. Okay, other than that, we also can use social media ads like Facebook and Instagram that has these advertisement services. Okay, let me show you. This is the ads that we put on our social media. Okay, and one more. Okay, now you guys tell me which one capture your attention more.
The second one.
Because of the word.
The second one, yeah, when you,
So now,
yeah, the music, the
yes.
headline, everything, you need to capture people attention within 3 seconds. If you fail to capture their attention, they will just swipe you off. So you will have loss of money to do the advertisement.
So remember, guys.
Other than that,
Oh, sorry. You can continue. Sorry.
okay, other than that, we also can use KOL, influencer to do some review of your product and introduce this to their to their followers. This is very useful because the KOL influencer, they already built the trust with their followers.
So we also
Okay.
noticed that you had various associates, partners, including like First Class, AirAsia Fresh, Pika Eats, MATLAB Pantry, Tiffin, Hello Malaysia, Panora, Maybank, and so much more. So do you mind sharing how do you manage the relationship between the organizations and also the consumers that come from these various platforms?
Okay, it's very important for small businesses to collaborate with a lot of brands because this build the image of your company. So other than that, other than your own website, you also can leverage to other e-commerce store where they have a lot of user, such as we are on Shopee, Maybank Sama-Sama Local, and also AirAsia Grocer. So the website is like your HQ, and then you have a different branches as at those shopping mall.
So remember, guys, if you are interested to find out more about Out of Salmo, they are available on these platforms as well. So you can go to this platform, or you can go to Out of Salmo's official website, social media, and e-commerce place. Now, Out of Salmo, they really provide fresh and raw salmon delivered to your doorsteps.
Okay, I believe that everybody used Shopee before, right? To shopping
Yes.
right now, especially
Yes.
this pandemic.
Very
Okay,
often.
when you type, yeah, very often. Okay, when you type in one keyword, you can find that there is 1,000 of seller that's selling the same thing. So how are you going to appear at the first few pages? Because customer will not go to like page 10, page 11 to look for you. So you can use their ad services to get more exposure. A picture also very important. You can, like us, we use some colors and then some interesting element to add in our picture, so capture people attention.
I see.
Okay, so every customer that we acquire involve of cost. So how are you going to make your customer to repeat order from you again and again? You need to value your customer. You need to treat them as an individual. Make them feel appreciated. For our Salmo, we practice that to reply our customer message within a few hours and help them to solve whatever problem they have. We even guide them through the whole cooking process if they don't know how to cook. Other than that, the feedback from customer is also very important because from there you know what you did wrong and what can you improve. For myself, I will always do customer service and talk to my customer so I can get the feedback from them. So I know what I can improve and to serve them better in the future.
Yeah, I agree. It's like listening from their side and then improving internally.
Yeah, if not, you will be doing siok sendiri,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
You do your
true.
okay, cool. Okay, other than that, we also have like interact with our customer. Like last week, we have this giveaway for our followers, and sometimes we will do some cash rebate, monthly activity with our loyal customer. Yeah, I think that's all for my sharing today. Do you guys have
All
any
right.
questions?
All right, thank you so much to Miss Phyllis for the very interesting tips in the e-commerce and social media management. And I think these were very informative presentations for all of us here, especially for those who are doing e-commerce business, right? All right, so guys, now is your time to ask questions. If you are too shy to on your mic to ask any questions, No worries, you're welcome to type in whatever questions you want to ask in the chat box, and Miss Phyllis will be pleased to answer them one by one. Okay, so does anyone have any other questions? All right, I can see the first questions came in from Su Kai Liang. Hello, Miss Phyllis. Have you encountered any issues or crises? Can I know how you deal with the issue? Thanks.
The issue that you're mentioning is from the customer or the supplier or the trial side?
If you face any issue from the supplier or from the consumer side, do you mind sharing from both sides?
Okay, if you are facing some problem from the supplier side or the importer side, for example, if anything happened to the trial, we will always go back and check with Norway.
Understood.
And for the customer, you need to listen to them first before you provide them any solution, because listen is very important before you give them the answer. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And then just now you did mention that every fish have their own passport, so you easily can track their quality, and then you can go to check with Norway if there's any products that have issue. But so far, I don't think you face any issues regarding this, right?
We do face this.
Ah.
We are very concerned about we do QC on our every fishes before we send out to customer, because we want to make sure that they are happy to receive our item. Okay, if we found that the fishes that day is not fresh enough, is not up to our standard, we will not selling that. We will tell the customer that we will send them the next day.
I
So we'll
think
make sure
it's
that
it's like being ethical too. You don't sell like you know already the quality is not that good, and then you don't put that product good to your consumers.
yes.
All right, so I proceed to the next questions. A questions from Lam Yue Tong. Hi, Miss Phyllis. May I know what inspired you to start up your own business and to sell fjord trouts? Because fjord trouts are not often be seen online.
Okay, because as I mentioned earlier, myself is a trout lover. I can eat trout, like I can eat sashimi like every day. So I found there is a market gap between the pricing. A very good quality trout come with very expensive price. But actually everybody can have it. Yeah, can try it. So we decided to start out this business. But we specializing in selling one fish because we want to give the best quality to the customer, so we can focus on this item.
All right, I hope that Miss Phyllis has answered your questions, Yatong. Okay, so I proceed to the next questions from Amy Moore. Hi, may I know, did you prepare captions or short write-up for influencer to promote your company or product while sending out sell more for them to try and post on social media?
For this one, we don't do that, because we want to get the real experience of the KOLs experiencing our product. So after they eat, they will give a real feedback. If you write out if you put a caption or write out for them, so they will just reading out the script. Is what we want them to tell to the public, but we don't want to have that. We want them to have their own experience and share it to their followers.
Yes, I think it's very good in gaining trust too, because influencers, they might have the perception that everything is scripted, but out of Salmo, by doing so, you can remain the authenticness of your feedback, and then you can gain more trust from your consumers.
Yeah.
Yes. So another question from Koi M Official. Hi, Miss Phyllis. What inspired you to come up with those unique selling products such as Salmo cake, and how do you ensure that the audience will buy it and try it?
Okay, because right now we have a lot of like sweet cake in the market, And when we do R&D that time, we found that Shroud also can do something like in the cake form. So why don't we sell this to the why don't we create this product and sell this to market? Yeah, from
Yeah,
there
and
we start to yeah. So we also have doing a lot of R&D to see what Shroud can make of, and then we will review this very soon.
And then
yeah,
do the cake inside the cake, right? It's already well seasoned, and then when the consumers get it, they can straight away like, consume it.
Yes.
Ah, interesting.
It's like a sushi, but we make it in a cake form.
Ah, that's interesting.
yeah, and also I think salmon cake is also will be a very special and unique gift when our friend's birthday. We can send a salmon cake to us, and it will be spacious than another sweet cake, right? Yeah. So I proceed to the
Yeah,
next questions
I'm
from
not
yes, yes.
okay. I'm not sure if you guys aware of this. We have smoked salmon cheesecake.
Yes, I saw
Oh,
that. It's very tempting.
Yeah, it's very yummy actually.
So
When we try
everyone
that time,
here,
it's like, oh, surprisingly.
yes. So everyone here, if you are interested to buy Salmo cake, so just go to their social media and e-commerce platform at Art of Salmo, and then you can try it on your own.
yeah. So another questions from Li Xuan Ong. Hi, Miss Phyllis. I realized you didn't mention using live features on Art of Salmo social media and e-commerce site to promote your product. May I know why?
This is because this is how we differentiate from all our competitors. Because a lot of our competitors, they are doing like to sell their seafood, so they are doing like a bundle and also a discounted price. But for us, we are more specialized. We are more concerned about the quality and also to provide the best item for our customers. So this is how we differentiate from all our competitors.
Ah, I see. But in the near future, is it possible for Art of Salmo, like to conduct live on your social media or e-commerce platforms, or you will remain what you're conducting right now?
We don't have any plan to do that, but
Mhm.
maybe we will have live to do some cooking session to interact with our customer, but
Ah,
definitely
interesting.
not selling. But
Okay,
definitely not
interesting.
selling. Mhm.
Yeah, so that's the uniqueness of Art of Salmo. So in their future plans, they might use their own trout and salmon to like demonstrate how they would prepare a dish with their product. So we'll be looking forward to it.
Yes. Okay, so another question from Maywen, Kwa Maywen. Hi, Miss Phyllis. I wonder before the pandemic hit, has Art of Salmo had experience of conducting a physical event?
Yes, before this, we joined Tiffin. Have you guys heard of this? Tiffin is like an event where everybody go there, drinks and eat.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have a very good experience in that event, and we use our trout to create some ready to eat items, such as we have this cheese ball with trout. We have nasi biryani with trout. Yeah.
I think our audiences is drooling right now listening to all those dishes.
We hope that we have this chance to go to ground event in the future.
Yeah, we also hope that we could attend your event because now that with the pandemic.
Yes.
All right, so a questions from Xiaoxuan, but I think these questions, Miss Phyllis already mentioned it before. Okay, so I proceed to the next question. A question from Corinne T. Hi, Miss Phyllis. Since Art of Salmos has utilized Instagram and Facebook to post up the publicity and promotion posting, so in your opinion, do you think which platform is the most effective in promoting and public engagement, and why you say so?
Okay, this is depending on your target market. For our Salmon, our target market is more younger age, from 25 to 35. So our Instagram is our main platform for us to do our promotion. if you get if your customer using Facebook more, then you can go for Facebook. Some people use YouTube because they are like those YouTuber. Yeah, they different kind of customer, they will use different platforms. So you need to identify which platform your customer use the most. At first, when we first started, we used both platform. And from there, we analyze and see which one is more useful for us, and we focus on that platform.
All right, so it's more like depends on what your customer, your target audience is.
Yeah, if your target audience using Facebook, but you are selling on Instagram, doesn't match, right?
Yeah, oh, I
So
think,
this again is to identify like the importance of doing market research and know where your audiences are, and then you can easier target and then place your product in those platforms.
Yes.
all right, so the next question's from Clinton. Any recommendation way to have the best taste of trout from Miss Phyllis? For example, beverage, seasoning, and so on.
Yeah, you can try on our seasoning because we already do a lot of R&D before we come up this series of the seasoning. So it go best with the trout. But eating raw is the best lah for me.
Yeah, so Clinton, if you want to try, if you want to eat raw or you want to try out the dishes that has been well seasoned by Art of Salmo, you can again go to their e-commerce, social media, or official website to do your purchase.
Yes. So again, Amy Moore asked, "Hi there, may I know did you collab with other company or partner? And can you share more about it? Because I had noticed that actually you had collab with Fafa Florist before." Yeah.
Yeah, we collab with a lot of company like MedLab, Fafa. All of them are from local. We collab with local businesses is because we want to have like we build out this together and we go through all this pandemic together. We are still collaborate with Fafa right now. Yeah, you can find their item on our social media as well, on our website.
Okay, I'm just curious whether your collaboration is like mutual, or do you like approach to those organizations and then you discuss together and then you make collaborations?
Yes. Some of them come to us and then some we go to them. So it's two ways.
Interesting. But then you did mention that you want to target your audiences, but then you haven't the time you haven't approached to those platforms, right? I assume that you are not sure that what kind of audiences they have in those platforms, or have you like do some research to like, and then only you approach to them?
We of course we will do research first to see if their target market and ours is matched. For example, we recently we collaborate with Cultive Eat. Do you guys heard of this? Yeah.
Yes,
they're selling a very fresh. Yeah, so we collaborate with them to come up this salad set.
I think our audiences, they are also quite curious about, because just now you mentioned Air Asia Fresh. Can you elaborate more on how do you collaborate with them, the process and stuff?
AirAsia Fresh, they changed their name already to AirAsia Grocer. It's amazing, right? AirAsia have groceries right now. Yeah, when they first started, they come to us and ask them to put our item on their platform, and yeah, we agree with that because this is like another channel out for us to reach out to the customer.
Yes, you can expand your market
during the pandemic. Yeah.
All right, so another question from Xingjie. Hi, may I know why did you pick Art of Salmo as the company's name? Wow, this very interesting question. Yes, can you hear me?
Sorry, just now the right line. Yeah.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so I repeat the question again. Questions from Xingjie. Hi, may I know why did you pick Art of Salmo as the company's name?
Okay, salmo is from the word from Catalan. We put it salmo is because a lot of people using salmon to describe trout. So we don't want to use salmon to confuse people. So we use salmo. And art of, which means that the art of preparing the trout. You can use a different way. You can most use the creative way to present the trout. Yeah, that's why the name come from.
Yeah, so I think the word Salmo, it's like you guys differentiating yourself among the other similar industries. Yeah, and then when I see from your
Yes.
visuals too, it's really like an art. You've presented your food, your dishes like an art.
Oh, what an
Thank you.
interesting
Oh, do you
background.
guys know what?
Sorry?
Do you guys know what is the differences between trout and salmon?
Not really. Could you elaborate it?
It look the same, right? But they are
Yes.
from different species. They are like relative but not connected.
Mm.
Okay, they are for trout is orange red color, while for salmon is pinkish color. So a lot of people when they see salmon, they feel like this fish is not fresh, but actually not. They are this in this
It's
color.
their own color.
And the taste, yeah, it's their own color. For the taste for trout and salmon is different as well. Trout is more easy to consume. While salmon, they have this stronger smell, but some people will like salmon more than trout. And salmon has this melt in your mouth taste, melt in your mouth feeling. For trout, it's more firm. So you have those chewy.
Okay, now we know. So now you know that whenever you go to the supermarket, right, if you have the chance or you see fishes online, and then you know that orangey is trout, but then kind of pinkish is salmon. So don't confuse them both, yeah?
So, all right. So there's the questions from our audience from Yongqi Su Yongqi. Hi, may I know, is there any strategy to use other than using informative posts besides giveaway activity? Do you did any online events or activity before? Thank you.
For the online event, we do join other people, such as they have this when they have a sharing session. So we always actively to join the sharing session because this is the way for us to tell people who we are, and introduce our product to them. Other than informative picture posting, so we will have something like recipe videos to interact with them, or do you need to identify which kind of what information that your customer want to see?
Yeah, other than identify what information that your consumer wanted to see, I think it's also like doing stuff that's really interesting and then it's different among the other industries.
Yes, this is very important. We also use a very long time to identify what our customer like to see on our social media content.
Yeah, it's a long effort. We can see it's a long effort, and then I'm glad that, and I hope that in the future, all of this could pay off.
Thank you so much.
All right. So the questions from Xiaoshen. May I know the reason why Art of Salmo mainly focus on Instagram as the main e-commerce platform to sell the product, like instead of using other platforms? Thank you. I
Can
think
you
this.
evaluate?
Yes,
I think
yes.
I answered it before.
Yeah. I think Miss Phyllis answered it before. It depends on what your customer oftenly use what platform. All right. Just for information, Xiaoshuan, this sharing session is being recorded, so you could always refer back to this video at PR and New Media 2021 Facebook and YouTube page. Yeah. All right. So I proceed to the next questions. A question from Yilin Low. Hi, Miss Phyllis. Can I know how you find the branding influencer, or did you guys have any brand ambassador to promote your brand?
We don't have brand ambassador. So the influencers, some of them are our customer. and then they love our product, so we collaborate with them. And some of the influencer, we do some check to see whether their followers is suitable for us or not. The things that they promote before, is it suitable for our brand, and then we will engage them.
I think it's like an opportunity too. Like just now you mentioned they really genuinely like your product, and then you collaborated, and therefore the way they express their like affection towards your product, it's genuine, and then I think their audiences, right, they can feel it too, and then therefore they could purchase your products.
Yes.
All right, so questions from Clinton again. Yeah, usually it took how long to deliver after confirm? As I know some suppliers that I bought actually kept for 1 week only, they sent to me.
You mean to keep the item? No, our
Yeah.
item, our fish are freshly processed daily in the morning. So we normally send out our item in the afternoon. So some of the customer they purchase from our platform, they can choose the delivery date. Yeah, so we don't keep stock for that. We only process
Understood.
in the morning.
Understood. So if you're interested, you can just pre-order. Am I right?
Yes, pre-order.
Or you can just purchase on the that day, and then out of Salmo they will make sure that all the fish is fresh, and then they packed it daily, and then when you received it, it's in a totally fresh condition and safe to consume.
Yes.
All right, so another question from Amy Moore. May I know what will you do if the customer complain about the delivery problems and the freshness of the product? Have you faced this issue before? Received a complaint from
Yes.
customer about the delivery problems? Yes. Could you please explain
Yes.
it more?
Yeah, I think we have been changing 4 to 5 delivery partners. Because some of them delay to send our item. When customer receive it, it's not cold, or maybe the rider is rude, things like that. So we change like 4 to 5 delivery services with us. And the problem of freshness, so far we don't have any issue for that. Because we make sure we do QC before we send to them.
Yeah, that's very important. Like just now you mentioned, you've changed 4 to 5 riders. Oh my god, but then I think it means that you really do like listen to what your consumers are saying, and then you make improvement or changes from their comments, and then I think that's very important, and then that's a very essential factor in while doing your business, right?
Yes, true.
All right, so the questions from Yvonne Hua. Hi, Miss. As I see your IG page have almost 30K followers, may I know how you increase the followers and exposures in the very limited time? I think
This
this
is a
already
very
covered in your sharing. So, are there any additional points that Miss Phyllis would like to add on?
You can always if you're not sure what your customer like, you can always post it out first, and then from there only you analyze what kind of content interests them more.
Okay. All right, so there's another question from Kai Liang. One more question here. What will you do to increase Art of Salmo brand exposure and gain more customer in the future other than using informative or influencer post strategy? Thanks.
There's not much we can do because all the things like quite fixed. It's just that how you gonna promote this, how you gonna pass this information to your customer. In future, we might have some on-ground events so that people can try our product, try our services before they purchase from us.
All right, we will looking forward to it.
Yes, I think just now Miss Phyllis, she also mentioned that other than using informative and also influencers, she did use like different type of contents. Like for example, they use their in the future they might plan to use their products to demonstrate how to cook the foods. Yeah, and also they have prepared the recipes to in terms of how to use their products to prepare dishes at your home. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so there's another question from, yeah, one more question in the chat box there, from Aishun Neo. Hi, Miss Phyllis. When collaborating with influencer, do you pay them money or provide them with free products?
Okay. Influencer is their profession, so we need to respect them. So you can ask them the price that they are charging, and also you can this depends how you talk to them, and then how you guys collaborate. Yeah, it's depend different influencer have different rates. Normally we will pay for them lah.
All right, understood. So far, there's no other question in the chat box now. And yes,
Sorry to
Ingrid.
interrupt. I have
Okay,
I have some questions. So now that when the COVID-19 pandemic, right, they first started in Malaysia, did it cause like a huge impact on Art of Salmo's business operation, and then how do you adapt to it?
For us, we don't feel any impact for the during this pandemic. But we actually gain a lot of followers during this time. We are facing problem before the pandemic actually, because people they want to see and touch the item, especially fishes, like seafood. They wanted to go to market to see it first before they purchase online. Before they purchase. Online business is kind of hard for us during that time. But during pandemic, it's like everybody, there's no choice. They have to find online. They have to, like, yeah, that's the
Yes.
time when we get a very good exposure from there.
Understood. So I think that yeah, I agree that everyone they prefer to like go physically to feel the product before the purchase. Not to mention now that it's selling food, but then I think also out of Samo they have been online so that and then they familiarized with all kinds of operations, and then it's easier to adapt to it, right?
Yes.
So another question is that are there any consumers that express concern that the products, which is your salmon and also trout, they might be contaminated with COVID-19? And how did you manage
Yeah.
the situation?
Okay, when we first started, when COVID first hit Malaysia that time, there's one case in China that people get COVID after they consume the sashimi. Okay, from that time, we quickly get the report from Norway to make sure that every fishes that they send in is fresh, is safe to eat. So when customer asks us about this question, we will send them the report. And we also very careful processing the fishes. And one more thing, we also cut down. We also don't allow people to come to our store to pick up, to avoid all this kind of issue. So right now we only have rice can come to our store and deliver to you.
Understood. So you're being more, how to say, like you avoid contact, and then also in terms of like just now you mentioned the China issue. Then when you first like know aware of this issue, right, and then before this message transmitted towards Malaysia, and then you have already prepared, yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like I can see on your social media that you also take videos and also photos like how your fish is being processed, like it's being honest and also transparent in terms of this. And then I think it's also very important to reveal all kinds of like this kind of fish process, and then to like gain trust among your audiences, especially during this pandemic, right?
Yes. Everybody is worrying then if you is you wearing a mask while you are processing my fish, or you use bare hand, things like that. Yeah, so be very concentrate about issue.
Okay, I think that's all for me. Do anyone have any other questions? If not, we'll proceed.
Yeah, so does anyone have any other questions? If there is no other questions, then our Q&A session will end here. All right, thanks. So thank you so much for all of, guess it's one time for me to pick. All right. So thank you so much for all your questions, and we really appreciate it. And now we will have a very special surprise for everyone here. Recently, Art of Salmo had just achieved a milestone of 26,000 followers on their Instagram. Congratulations to Art of Salmo and Miss Phyllis.
Yes, congratulations
Thank you
to
so
Art of Salmo and Miss Phyllis.
It's very interesting and amazing.
Yes,
and to
26,000
share
followers.
this happiness, Miss Phyllis will be giving out voucher just for you. So now you can take a screenshot. All right. I think Ziyun, you can share your screen now.
It's already on the screen.
All right, I can see it. All right, so you guys can take a screenshot on this voucher, or you can jot down the promo code at Give Me More, GIVEMEMO. So quickly get your voucher now. And this voucher is valid from 18th of September to 31st of October 2021, and is limited to one-time redemption only at minimum purchase of 50 ringgit of Art of Salmo's product. And this voucher can only be used on the Art of Salmo's official website. And the website link, later my teammate will paste it in the chat box. So if you are interested in, you can click into the link for further information. So with this voucher at hand, you can now enjoy the fresh salmon and fjord trout with your loved ones during this lockdown period, right? So quickly scan it now before we proceed to the next session.
Yes, guys. So thank you. And then the voucher is already in your comment section. So now that Art of Salmo is really giving you more, so quickly redeem your vouchers. Note down the promo code. It's Give Me More. Okay.
All right, a final chance to take a screenshot in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so over to you, Xinghui.
Okay, thanks, Kari. So now we'll have a group photo session. Can everyone please open your camera? Don't be shy, okay? Open your camera, but not your mic, right? So now, don't be shy to open your camera. Now it's really the chance, to flaunt your beautiful and your handsome face. So open your camera so that we can take a group photo together.
Yes, don't be shy. Just open your camera now.
Yeah.
You can take a group photo with us together.
Okay, so is everyone ready? If you are ready, then we'll take a photo in 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, next one, final one. You can freestyle. You can either pose a 2 or you want to pose a thumb up, but don't show your middle finger, yeah? Don't do that here, okay? Okay, if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, brilliant, awesome. Okay, hold on, let me save this for a second. Okay, thank you so much for your. So now you can check the photo. We'll post it later on our social media at PR and New Media. So once again, thank you so much, Miss Phyllis, for attending, for being here with us today. And also thank you, Miss Lim, for guiding us throughout this entire preparation of the sharing session. And also thank you to you, our fellow audiences, for taking your time off your busy schedules to register and join us this afternoon, even though it's a weekend. So we truly appreciate it. do follow Art of Salmo's Shopee, Instagram, Facebook business pages at Art of Salmo. Remember that, yeah, guys. And for your information, this sharing session will also be uploaded to our YouTube and Facebook page at PR and New Media 2021. So feel free to refer back in case you missed out any important talking points, and do share among your family and friends. Yeah, I can see a lot of comments here. Thank you guys. Thank you for attending. But then before you leave, we have one last thing that requires your cooperation, which is to fill out the evaluation form for this sharing session. So please scan the QR code that is currently on your screen right now, or you could just click on the link that my teammate, I think they will send letter in the comment section. Yeah, in the chat box. Yep. It's sent now. So yeah, do fill in this evaluation form for us. We truly appreciate your feedback. This to audiences that are currently watching through our PR and New Media Facebook page. So again, please do so too. Your cooperation and feedback are highly appreciated. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that everyone had fun. Most importantly, have a better understanding of the insights about the emerging trend and the seller's perspective in e-commerce and social media management that has been delivered through this 1 hour sharing session. So have a nice day, stay safe, have a good weekend, and bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for all of your participating. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone. Have
Thank
a nice
you,
weekend.
everyone.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.